In vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. The Jews still do this to this very day, even more so now. They have this book of learning called the Talmud, and the Talmud is the comprehensive written version of the Jewish oral law and the subsequent commentaries on it. It originated from the 2nd century CE, a couple hundred years after Jesus. The word Talmud is derived from the Hebrew verb to teach, which can also be expressed as the verb to learn. Now, what they mean by oral laws there is they said whenever Moses went up into Mount Sinai and received the commandments of God, then he was also given other commandments that were passed down orally through tradition that weren't written down. And it was just really traditions made up throughout the hundreds of years that were just kept. One of these is the bar and bat mitzvah. The term bar mitzvah appears first in the Talmud, meaning one who is subject to the law, though it does not refer to age. At the age of 13 years old, boys they're seen as being responsible for their own sins, then responsible for their own obedience to God. And it's 12-year-olds, which is called the bat mitzvah for girls. And if you've ever seen in movies or any of this, how at a Jewish wedding, they'll step on glass that's wrapped in some kind of napkin. It's usually the husband that'll do this, but that also comes from the Talmud. The oldest reference to breaking glass during a wedding in Jewish literature is in the Talmud. The reason Jews break a glass during the wedding ceremony is to remember two of the most important and tragic events of Jewish history, the two times that the Jewish temple was destroyed, Solomon's temple and Herod's temple. And they have a lot of traditions that they hold today in which is just for solemn remembrance of the temple. That's how much that they want to have this third temple rebuilt. They actually build their traditions around something that'll cause them to recall how much that they need the temple.